What up? We back. Thank y'all for hanging out. And for everybody that chilled on the break, thank y'all. Make sure y'all go follow my YouTube page, Kevin Tate. Along with my Instagram, Kevin Tate is. It's the Kevin Tate Show, and we right back. Told y'all we had some dope guests. I would never disappoint. I told y'all we would have some sex talk today, too. So right here in studio today is the infamous T. Graye, right here on the Kevin Tate Show with the love below. Thank y'all so much. Woo!
Hey.
Finally here in the building. I'm excited. Welcome to LA.
Hey, Kevin Tate.
Hey, what's up, though? So look, for all of y'all that don't know, I've been missing her. I've been going.
Yes.
I just was in her town in DC, and we wasn't able to connect and whatever. But you know what? She be on her business. She right here in LA. She pulled up on me and shit. So we right here.
That's
I'm excited
right.
to be right here. How you doing?
I'm doing good. How you doing?
So
Smelling
good.
all kinds of good.
Good.
Y'all
I'm
can't
glad.
smell it if they had scratch and sniff on the
Yeah.
camera, lady.
You-
Ooh.
Well, I'm glad you came and shit. So, you know what's crazy is that I think I saw a couple people that had did your podcast, which we'll get into.
Okay.
Definitely, but they did your podcast. You seem to have a good following. People, you seem to be very a tough but yet intrusive interviewer. But that's what we love here. You already know
Intrusive.
We love it though. So where you from though? Where you from? T?
I'm from the D.C. area. I'm from Maryland.
From Maryland?
I'm from Glen Arden.
All right.
Yeah,
So now on here,
Maryland.
cause I was trying to figure out. Everybody in production was trying to figure out. Okay, so what is our occupation? What are we doing? So we came up with a sexpert.
There you go.
You feeling that?
There you go.
All right, well look,
There you
sex
go.
first. So what is it though? What would you call yourself? What would you call it is what you do and what you're classified as?
I would more so classify myself as a sexual consultant because I do also give advice. As far as the vlog, I interview some of the best comedians and entertainers in the country. We do talk about sex. And so it's breaking down the barriers in the bedroom, but doing that with laughter. You know, I feel like laughter is the best
So if
medicine.
you got a question and you don't know what the fuck is going on in there,
Call your
follow her
girl.
right now.
Call your
She's
girl.
A sex expert. She's a,
Yeah, I'm
said
gonna get
a
you on
sex
track.
therapist?
No,
not therapist.
sexual consultant.
Sexual consultant. So
The
you need to know
consultant.
who the fuck she gonna
And how to fuck.
And how to fuck.
And when
Oh,
it's not
that's
working, what to do.
That's interesting, man.
Yeah,
So how
most
long
definitely.
You been doing this?
2 years,
2 years.
but a solid year with interviewing the comedians, and I feel like it brings a really good piece to it because a lot of things that people would be uncomfortable talking about, if they see you guys talking about it, see you all having some of the same experiences, it makes it much easier for them to begin to talk about it.
Well, then let me ask you this though: what made you say, you know what, I'm a sex consultant, and you want to consult? Ask me. What made you wake up one day and be like, that's who I am? What experiences led up to you actually feeling like, yo, this is what I am and this is what I can do? Some motherfuckers think they can do comedy.
Right.
Some motherfuckers think they can make cars.
Right.
You think you believe, or not even believe, excuse me.
I
you
know.
are.
I know.
You. So what's up? What was that day like?
So I used to work in the medical field, and in that field I began inadvertently giving advice because people would come in with sexual health issues.
Okay.
And it would be more so geared toward the older client. And just through that, I began giving advice along with whatever the regimen the physician may have had.
Okay.
And the things that I was telling people was actually being a little bit more helpful.
All right.
To repairing some of the sexual relationships and getting things back on track,
Right.
and learning your partner and having different levels of intimacy.
Wow.
And then it went from that to my younger friends were like, but T, you give all this great advice, you need to be doing something for us
But
and
is there
not
like a-
just older people.
But is it like a certificate that you get? Like, is there a certificate? Is there a degree? Is there a class?
So
then you
there
be like,
are-
you know what? I fucking graduated from the school of fucking. What's up? Yo.
So to be honest, yes, there are sex education universities. Real talk. There are, and no, I have not gone through those proper channels, but I have done a shit ton of research, and the stuff that I've done and the advice that I've given has worked.
Well, I
Like,
believe
there's been tons of couples where it has worked.
And so right here, y'all get it on the Kevin Tate Show. You know I only bring the real. Well, I believe everything you talking about. And what y'all don't know, y'all in for a treat. Because she about to put that thing on me. No pun intended. But she about to put the love below. No more pun intended.
No more pun
she about to put her thing. She about to do her show right here. She going to talk to me. She's going to talk to me. And we're going to run in her style. And she going to kick it with me as in her vibe. And some of the questions that she got and some of the advice she got, I'm getting some. So ladies, if y'all been listening, I'm gonna be straight today. She gonna give me all my information. So we're gonna go from there, man, definitely. So tune in, and if y'all are listening, make sure once again y'all follow me on Instagram as well as T. Graye. Follow her right now as we speak. So introducing to the love below, actually, right?
Yes,
the love below.
The love below.
So show me how this thing works.
You ready?
I'm ready.
First, I gotta get my together. Hey everybody, it's your girl T. Graye. Welcome to the Love Below, and I have with me the man, the myth, the legend, which is you're scrolling through today, Kevin Tate.
Yes, right. What's up?
Hey, Kevin Tate.
What's up? I'm in the building.
Boy,
T. Graye.
I am a fan.
Well, thank you so
yes,
much.
I'm so happy to have you here with me on your show, my show.
Look, I'm found here. I wasn't nowhere until I'm here. I wasn't
on your
nowhere
show, my
until
show.
I'm here.
So one thing that I can appreciate about your set, and I think this is a lot of people's favorite joke, is about the man who's scrolling through the social media, but then subsequently ends up becoming a fan of the other person.
Absolutely.
Have you ever gone too far for some pussy? Has it ever, you done something crazy like that? You stalking, you sitting outside of big people's houses? What you doing for some good pussy?
You know what? For me, you know what? The most I've done is probably drunk drive too far.
Oh, wow.
That's probably the most.
Did you get caught?
And that's dangerous as fuck. And most guys is watching this like, nigga, that ain't shit. Everybody do that. But that's about the most. I don't go too crazy.
No, it's a difference when you can say, nah, I knew I was drunk.
Yeah, I was faded, still driving with the same drink from the club and shit. That you got the limit and everything. But yeah, so something like that.
Something like that. So in these instances where people kind of do too much, do you feel like that pussy might have too much power sometimes to make a man do too much, to make a man be stalkerish, be drunk driving? Do you feel like it legitimately has that power?
You know what? Actually, yeah. I think just because of the makeup of the man and the woman. You know what I mean? I think women have the same thirst for emotional support and love and affection. They're addicted to something too. Mm-hmm. It's just the opposite in the way we made. So I think for men, you know, to say we value, I just think the way we made up, men will go through things and it be that one thing that we're so addicted to. We're so strong, we're so powerful. That's why a woman is able to break us down. A woman is able to break us down and then rebuild us. But because of the power of the, you know.
Around the button. You can say it.
Yeah. So yeah, to your question, yes, I think so. I think there is some power there.
Alrighty. So what's most important about sex to you?
You know what? At this stage of where I'm at in the sex game, I think for me it's a lot psychological, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I like to come from a place of truth, honesty, just within sex. Not honesty like I need to know your business.
Right.
Just honesty about what do
being
you
real,
really
being who
like.
you are in the bedroom.
Like what you really like. Like what is that about? Like how can we get to that? Because see, a lot of times, you don't know what people into until you search their porn, little thing, you know what I'm saying?
Little thing,
their little search box
until you
porn.
Start pressing E in ebony, lesbian, massage, just your girl knows.
That's when you know somebody sexually, when you check that. But I think for me, or at least getting close to that, you know, getting as close as possible to that, because to me, what's important to me is being myself sexually. So that means that I'm gonna be who I am sexually.
Yes.
Meaning I'm gonna be aggressive.
Yes.
I'm gonna be indulging. You know, I'm gonna be complimentary. I'm gonna be bossy. You dig?
Yeah,
I'm gonna be a little
most
pushy.
definitely.
You dig?
Most
So,
definitely.
but I wanna be able to be that, you know, and feel that and I want you to be the same way.
And you guys, this is very, very important. He touched on something that is super duper amazing, is owning your sexual self. And a lot of people, your sexual relationships suffer because you don't then own who you are. Whatever your characteristics are, whether you filthy, nasty, slutty, dirty, whatever you choose to be in the bedroom, be comfortable in that, be firm in that.
Absolutely.
And be able to enjoy it. A lot of times you put these limits on yourself, you put these caps on yourself, and then you're not having fun.
Absolutely.
The sex is no longer good now. Now it's become a job. It's a chore.
Right, absolutely.
It's a chore. You don't even know who you are.
If you're embarrassed about yourself sexually,
right,
it's going to be tough for you to get a climax that you can appreciate.
Amen. Right? And you need that.
Because sometimes you just need to be talked to a certain way. Sometimes, you know, that's why you see all these cats and y'all say stuff about dominatrix and shit. Look, you say what you want. Though I'm not into that shit.
Ain't nobody
but the people, and I ain't mad at the people are. Come on, Louise. I ain't mad at the people are because you know what? They're being themselves sexually. You know, and when you yourself sexually, then all sexual encounters is ecstasy. You don't leave disappointed, and I feel that way too. And I'm sure you'll probably direct this conversation in another way. But I feel like sometimes with women, too, like, or just men, very rare do men not reach a climax. But I think if women were themselves sexually, like I met a girl one time and we were talking about porn, like what's your porn thing?
Yeah.
Do you know I didn't? She said gang rape. Fuck me.
She like what she like.
She like what she
like.
like.
What she like.
She like what she like.
Now, did she want that to happen to her? Did she want the experience, or
well,
she just like to watch it?
Friends.
And I can probably call 2 niggas, but I don't know about 3 or 4 niggas. I can only get you halfway there.
No, but I don't think that it was necessarily what she wanted, and if it was, maybe I didn't get that deep in the conversation or really press that line enough. But once you tell me that's your porn, then if we press it long enough, if we press you long enough, if we hang out long enough.
That's just going on a shirt tonight, you guys. What's your porn?
What's your porn?
That's how you know.
Word up, because you can tell what somebody, you can't, if it makes you come by looking at it, imagine if you were there. So people, I just think that's a fun part about it, you know. I think it's a fun part of it, you know.
So my last thing, my favorite question, everybody gets this. What is your best piece of sex advice?
You know what? Not to double down, but I mean, be yourself sexually. Press for your position in sex. Like, because people in sex sometimes feel like, oh, like even when they go back to when they talk about the 2 minute brother, right? Sometimes you got to be better than that. But when you're young, you do that, so you just got to be better. But you grow. So fellas, I ain't stunned. I know we didn't all walk down that road before. But what I'm saying is just really just being that and because, like, for instance, I asked a question since we're on the show. You're stuck. We want to have sex talk today?
Let's talk about it.
So, because my question is, and I always like to ask, too, like, let's just say that you masturbate, which I'm sure you do. I think that, are you coming from a place of, are you masturbating from a place of dominance or a place of submissiveness?
It depends on my mental state at the time.
So sometimes you enjoy being dominant.
Yes.
More so than submissive, or is it 50-50?
It's 50-50, and it's nice to be able to play both sides of that coin when you want
really,
to.
Really?
Yes, it is. But I think it's like that for most women. We have a time when we want to masturbate where we just can't take it anymore, when we got to have it. We got to get that nut off. And then you have a time when it's just some chill shit. It's just on in the bathtub, music on, you know what I mean? You know. So it really depends on your mental state for me. But I think that applies to other women as well. Well,
you know what's crazy? That it sounds so sensual, Louise, when they talk about the women doing, we in the tub. Men, it's always...
That's right.
What the fuck is that? It's always real quick, and it's always a crazy thing.
That's good, but the same way when you're having sex with a woman and you know how sometimes you want to hold on to that nut, you don't want to come too quick, you don't want to whatever. It could be the same way with us when masturbating. If I masturbate, real talk, I can make myself come in 30 seconds. Boom, I'm done. Job done. Let me go to work. Or I can make it last 10 minutes, 15 minutes, bring myself to almost climax and then dialing it back down and bringing it back up. You know, you can really go a lot of ways.
So let me ask you this then. Yeah. If that's the case, then when you are in a relationship of some sort, a sexual relationship of some sort, do you feel over-informed? Do you feel like you have too much information? Like,
no.
is this guy not meeting up to chapter 3, not to be, you know what I mean? But is he like? Are you viewing guys like that?
So I believe that you can't learn your partner without learning yourself. That's and fair. I believe that you should always be in a mental place of being able to teach as well.
Really?
So if I feel like, hey, my partner's not meeting whatever for me mentally, physically, I'm going to say, hey, babe, I like this. Hey, babe, I want it like this. I'm going to give babe a chance to get it right. Now, if babe don't get it right,
then you're gonna let babe go.
Yeah, hey,
you're gonna leave babe. You're gonna leave him alone. You're not gonna go hang out with the guy that gets it. That's the problem right there that never gets talked about. You ain't hitting anybody, but leave. Get me the fuck out.
I will teach you. You have to teach somebody how to treat your body right, how to fuck you right.
Absolutely.
Just bottom line, you got to teach.
But you got to be able to speak like that. You got to be able to stand up because it's no time for bad sex. It's just no time for that.
It isn't. Life is too short to be having bad sex.
To be having bad sex. Hey, listen, I like this.
Better get it together.
Right, I like this. So, like, would you say that we're having this knowledge? I guess, where are you at with sex as far as its worth on your priority list? Because now that's a question that can be answered by choice. Now you said, can we talk about it? You done came on here and ran into a buzzsaw.
We're going to talk about it. Right. So to be honest, it is very, very important to me. I do not diminish the emotional connection that comes with it, and I don't diminish the mental connection that comes with it. And I need that.
What, the mental?
I need all of it.
Yes.
I need all of it. So to say that sex is high up on my priority list, it is. It's right up there with making sure that I'm fed, making sure that I got a roof over my head.
Top 5?
Yeah. It's right up there. And I think that sometimes when people say, hey, it's not that important anymore, you know, or I'll just, as long as I get that nut once a month or every 2 weeks or whatever it is, then I feel like you're not satisfied. And why live like that? I plan to be satisfied. I plan to be doing it until the day that I die. So if I'm in a relationship and we're serious, then it is something that I expect, and I expect it to be not just routine. I expect it to be sporadic.
Well, what's your spice you bringing in the room then? Because, you know, I don't know what camera on. Listen to you ladies, man. You guys, you know, ladies, and I'm not saying all of you ladies, but, you know, I like to know what's your spice. Like, what are you bringing in? Because when you start talking about repetitive and you start talking about, you know, things like that, I guess the question is, like, I mean, what spice do you bring? Do you show up? Is it a different vibe for you? Do you do something differently? You know, what do you, I mean, like.
So, for me, that depends on the partner. And what the partner wants, what the partner wants to see. So if my man says to me, you know, I want sexy lingerie, I want this, I want that, I'm not showing up in a wife beater and shorts. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to come to the bedroom stunting at the door with the whip in hand with the lingerie on, what you want. Right. You know what I mean? You have to be willing to shed your values, you might as well say, and be whatever type of person your person wants in the bedroom. So if you want me to dress up, I'm dressing up. You want me to show up at your door, you want to role play, we're going to role play. You want to be outside somewhere, you a voyeur, we going outside. Right. Whatever it is, that's what I'm going to bring. And if it's something in a situation where, say, you're not experienced, then I got a whole bag of tricks.
Oh, is that right?
We're going to see which one of these experiences you like.
You got a bag.
A whole bag of tricks. And we're going to see which one of these experiences you like.
But what I will say is this, though. Like, you know, in that, though, do you lose yourself sexually? Because, right, if you're with a partner that is quite confident in themselves sexually and the things that they want and they want out of sex, how do you incorporate the things that you want in the midst of pleasing?
Right. You have to be just as aggressive and just as vocal. You can't be a quiet partner.
Absolutely.
And if you're not getting met, if you're not getting fed what you need, you got to know when to throw in the towel too. You got to know when to say, hey, you know what?
I'm going to tell you that right now. I'm charmingly disrespectful. I'm going to tell you. So when you talk about vocal, what you talk about?
Because being strong enough to say, this is what I want and this is how I want it. And also knowing that if you aren't a match, it's okay to go.
Yeah.
It's okay to say, you know what, this wasn't working out.
But hold on though, Nati. Now, you know it's crazy out here, right?
It is crazy.
You know motherfuckers is crazy.
Mm-hmm.
So, are you married?
Keep talking.
All
Next
right.
question.
So you talk about everything. But anyway, all good. No, but what I'm saying is, it's crazy out here. So, with sex being such a high top 5 for you, then how do you, in this crazy world, how do you handle that? Like, how do you handle that? Is there someone? Or if we talk about this show and my show at the same damn time, so.
Yeah, there's someone, and I make sure that I'm satisfied and that they are also.
All right, fair enough. Good question, right?
Yeah, it's a dope ass question.
Yeah. I be having to know. Look, we got T. Graye in here, man. She talking sex. She done ran into a buzzsaw because she thought she was going to get all the questions. I'm talking to 3 people. So I'm tell you something. She thought she was going to get all the questions in and shit. Like, so do you got some bad, is there some folks out here on this planet Earth that's like, you know, you got some bad grades out here in your past? They be like, yo, T, like, yo, get the fuck out.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. We don't all have good days.
Ain't that crazy?
We don't.
And first of all, if you would have made it think a woman had a bad day, then you ain't down enough. Make her have a good day.
And I feel like I might have put out some bad work, but it's because I knew I wasn't into it going into it in the first place. I ain't put up my best game for it. I didn't. So is it 1 or 2 people who could probably be like, you know, T was some, yeah, but is it probably a few others that could be like,
that's funny. Like, you know I got that. Like, how is it that, how can a woman have a bad day?
No, sometimes
the only way a woman can have a bad
sometimes
day
you just
is
not
if your
feeling
ass
it.
get up and the sheets is red. Like, bitch, you knew.
No, sir. No,
That's
sir.
a bad day. Other than
Just
that.
because we're having sex with you doesn't mean that we always want to.
But what makes it a bad day?
That could make it a bad day. So let's say me and Kevin Tate, we in a relationship.
All right, let's say that.
Okay, and normally the sex is great. Okay. But you done pissed me off.
Right.
But we made this agreement. We ain't going to bed upset.
Right.
So that mean I still gonna give you something.
So we gotta
but
do
motherfucker,
it.
I don't want to give you nothing, right?
So we gotta do it.
Okay. So where I may be more active, I'm not. I'm just gonna come on, get your little nut, Kevin Tate.
Would you be mad if I'm back there having a good time?
Nah, I'm just gonna be looking at my watch like, is this nigga done? This is 3 minutes coming up, right? 30 seconds. Okay, now we going to sleep. So
Yeah.
I might not put my best foot forward.
Oh, right, and I'm feeling that. But to me, I would say
That's
most
me
guys,
having a bad day.
you know, but if it's me, I'm gonna have fun. Like, you want to just lean over a little bit? I'm about to trip right over here in this little area you trying to give me. I'm about to go crazy. Have the same party I was gonna have.
But you
into
saying,
it.
as a
You might
man,
as well
you ain't
jump
never
in
had a
it.
bad day? You ain't never had
Have I
you ain't never came too quick. It ain't get up, drink too much. Talk about
I
that.
don't kiss and tell. You know I don't kiss and tell, but I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story. I ain't gonna put no timeline on it either.
That means it's the last 5 to 10 years. It's fresh on his
one
mind.
time, you know I gotta give y'all the exclusive right on the show. One time, this chick, she was bad too, and I kind of anticipated her, right? So, you know, whatever, you know, oh, this is talk on the show. And I anticipated her so much that when she laid out, you know what I'm saying, I kind of, immediately putting the condom on.
Damn.
I was like, shit. Man, I ate pussy for 45 We don't talk like that.
45 minutes?
Hey, that's funny as shit, but Exactly. But I ain't gonna put no timeline on that. I just won't do it. But that happened in my lifetime.
Shout out to you, sis, for getting that 45-minute head job.
Oh, yeah, she had about 8 minutes of work after that. She got 2. When I was back in the game, but no, it's all good. I told y'all, you know I don't kiss and tell. I don't talk like that on here. But anyway, it's the sex below. You ain't gonna out-talk me up in here.
Whatever, you want to be the boss, I'll let you be the boss.
Yeah. Well, look, for all y'all that don't know, this is T. Graye. Make some motherfucking noise. She's in the building. I told y'all I only got the dope guests. Shout out to everybody on the Love Below. I'm here. She's here. I appreciate you having me here. And to all the people that's listening on the Kevin Tate Show, you better believe we got another dope show coming up next week, man. Right here on the Kevin Tate Show. Please tell everybody your IG so they know what's popping. We got a million listeners and viewers.
You gotta follow me at the Love Below _ Sex Talk with T. Graye. That is the Love Below. One more time for you _ Sex Talk with T. Graye. You're gonna love it.
Yeah, man, make sure y'all, if I put it back on the 3 screen, you know, I don't want her on the screen without me. I think at all times, I want to see us. There you go. Look, we on the goddamn daily news and shit. But what I'm going to tell you, though, is y'all make sure y'all follow. It was such a dope time. I enjoyed you.
Yes, it was a lot of fun.
Yo, you came with this stuff, though. So what leave my people with something they need to know about sex. Put your thing on. Tell them something about sex.
You need to know that it's not to be played with. It's not to be played with.
No pun intended.
No pun intended. It's not to be played with. Going in with fear and trembling and come out with fucking and strength. Just, make it fun. Do it until you die. Don't let it be mundane. Enjoy yourself. Have fun. Communicate. When you run into issues, if you all can't work it out, call your girl T. Graye. I'll help you.
You heard it here first, man. Right on the Kevin Tate Show, man. Make sure y'all follow me on Instagram. Kevin Tate is Kevin. You see it on the screen. Tateis. It's been a dope day right here. We only bring the flyers. We got so many dope guests coming up in the future. We ain't gonna stop. We right here, man. It's the Kevin Tate Show. If you don't know, shit. Now you know. Peace.
It was